Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. Today's topic is a very different topic. We will speak about the horoscope of US President Donald Trump, wherein right now we are seeing a heavy activation of the 8th house, which relates to transformations, conspiracies, accidents, and sudden events. So, in a way, you can also say that Donald Trump is going to face severe challenges, conspiracies, and even assassination attempts which can threaten his life in the days ahead. Now you can see two charts on the screen. The left hand side chart is the birth chart of Donald Trump, who was born on 14th June 1946, 10:54 a.m. in Jamaica, New York, in the United States of America. And the right hand side is the transit chart as on 29th March 2025. Now, if you look at the birth chart, that is the left hand side chart of Donald Trump, it will give you a lot of insight. For example, Donald Trump is born with the Leo ascendant rising. So, Leo is the first house, and in the first house, you have Mars placed. Now, Mars is the ninth lord of destiny, gurus, foreign places, and the fourth lord of comforts, home, peace, mother, and is placed in the first house. Now, what does Leo deal with? Leo or Simha Rashi deals with power, authority, and you have an aggressive Mars placed here. This is the reason why Donald Trump is very powerful. He is also power hungry and he is very aggressive. Look at the 10th house in this chart, which is the sign of Taurus, which I have shown with a blue square. You can see the ascendant lord Sun placed here along with Rahu, and you can see Rahu and Sun are just separated by 2 degrees. Now, what does Sun denote? Sun denotes power, Sun denotes fame, Sun denotes authority, Sun denotes government and politics, Sun denotes leadership. And Rahu sits with Sun, so Rahu amplifies the significations of the Sun, which is why you find Donald Trump to be a very powerful leader in politics. But wherever Rahu is, Rahu adds the element of confusion, erratic behavior, uncertainty, and therefore Donald Trump's behavior is very unpredictable. You can also see Uranus present there. So the decisions he takes are very sudden, unpredictable, and sometimes very eccentric also. Look at the second house in this chart, which is the sign of Virgo, and you will find Jupiter present there. And Jupiter in the second house of wealth and speech will obviously expand his wealth and give him a lot of comforts in life. Now, look at the fourth house, which is the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio denotes secrets and hidden things. And you have Moon with Ketu present here. Ketu generally takes a person away from home if it is present in the fourth house. Because Ketu is present with the Moon, it creates a sense of detachment. And it shows he is a very secretive person also. Because Scorpio deals with hidden things, conspiracies, hidden sexual affairs. All these things are happening in Donald Trump's life. You can see in the 12th house also, Saturn sits in close conjunction with Venus. 12th house is the house of losses, expenses, bed pledge. And because the ruler of the 12th house is the Moon, who is placed in Scorpio, which deals with secrets and hidden things, this person has a lot of scandals involving women, which has resulted in losses and tarnished his reputation many times. So this is also very clearly seen from this chart. And you can see the ruler of the second house and the 11th house, that is Mercury, placed in the 11th house itself. So he gets a lot of gains in life. He has a friend circle which is very business minded, and through them he also gains a lot. So these are certain things you can make out just by looking at the basic planetary positions in his horoscope. Now, one thing you should note is that Jupiter is the 8th lord, and 8th lord is placed in the second house. Jupiter is also the 5th lord. So clearly this shows 5th lord deals with love, romance, children. 8th lord deals with hidden desires, hidden events, conspiracies, and therefore he has been a part of lot of scandals which have suddenly surfaced, especially those involving women. And 8th lord in the second house shows he has a hidden source of wealth. So the wealth that he gains may not be coming just through the normal activities that we see, but there is a hidden source of wealth also. You can call it as black money or anything else, but that is there is what this chart shows. Now look at the 8th house. 8th house in the left hand side chart is the sign of Pisces. There are no planets there. And 8th house is aspected by Mars. Now Mars is a planet of war, aggression. Mars is also responsible for accidents. Ketu also influences the 8th house because it is present in the 4th house, and 5th from there is the 8th house. So both Mars and Ketu influence his 8th house, and therefore you will always find him getting involved in scandals, conspiracies, legal disputes, and also there are a lot of assassination attempts on him because both Mars and Ketu denote terrorist activities, violence, and attacks due to conspiracies. Now let us understand a few things about the 8th house. The natural 8th house in the zodiac is the sign of Scorpio. Whereas from the ascendant in Donald Trump's chart, the 8th house is the sign of Pisces. Both these signs are watery signs. And whenever the 8th house is associated with a watery sign, it shows some kind of emotional turbulence in the person's life. Now, what does the 8th house deal with? 8th house deals with those things that you should keep hidden from the general public. It deals with those things that are hidden, that are buried, and those things which you don't want anyone to know. So the 8th house therefore deals with scandals, it deals with conspiracies, it deals with secrets, and 8th house also deals with accidents, suppression, occult knowledge. So even occult is a hidden science. 8th house deals with research. You are trying to find out something which is not known to the general public. So 8th house also deals with deep investigation, research, conspiracies, scandals, secrets. 8th house deals with transformations, ups and downs in your life, sudden events. 8th house deals with longevity, that is the length of your lifespan. Now currently what is happening is, since 2016, Donald Trump is undergoing the Jupiter mahadasha. Jupiter mahadasha is the dasha of the 8th lord in his chart. And so this is a mahadasha when all the effects related to the 8th house will come to the fore. That is scandals, accidents, transformations, conspiracies, hidden events, sudden events. All these things will come to the fore. Now the 8th lord is placed in the second house. So it is going to bring major transformations in his family life, in his wealth, and also in the way he speaks. Generally, Jupiter gives expansion, but in the sign of Virgo, Jupiter does not perform very well. And instead, here Jupiter can give problems such as liver diseases, thyroid problem in the stomach. Why? Because Virgo is the sign of diseases, it is the sign of conflicts, it is the sign of disputes, it is the sign of healing. And Jupiter represents organs such as your liver, your spleen. So, all the problems related to Jupiter, mainly the liver diseases, these can come to the fore and bother Donald Trump during this mahadasha. Eighth Lord also brings about separation, so this could be a time when Donald Trump can get separated from his family, or it could show loss of certain family members. Now, Jupiter is a teacher, it is a diplomat, it is a negotiator, and it is also the eighth Lord and the fifth Lord in this chart, placed in the second house of Virgo, which deals with conflicts. So it shows that Donald Trump will face many conflicts during his tenure, especially related to religion. So Donald Trump could bring about a conflict between the Muslim immigrants and the Christians present in America. So these kind of conflicts can flare up during his tenure, is seen through the placement of Jupiter in the sign of Virgo. Now, if you see his birth chart, the natal Mars present in the first house aspects the 8th house with the 8th aspect. And 8th aspect of Mars brings about transformation, accidents, and separation and conspiracies. It also brings out scandals. Now, what is happening around March 29, 2025? Many of the planets go into his 8th house. Which are the planets going in his 8th house? You can see Saturn, who is the 7th and 6th Lord in his birth chart, is entering the 8th house. Sun, the ascendant Lord, is entering the 8th house. Mercury, the 11th Lord, is entering the 8th house. Moon, who is the 12th Lord, is entering the 8th house. Venus, who is the 3rd Lord and 10th Lord of his career and siblings, is also entering the 8th house. And since Saturn is also the 6th Lord, it deals with legal issues, it deals with conflicts. And Saturn is coming in close conjunction with Rahu now. So in the months from March end to around May, Saturn and Rahu will be in close conjunction. And what is the sign of Pisces? The sign of Pisces is the natural 12th house of the zodiac belt. So Pisces indicates liberation, it indicates spirituality, it indicates losses. And in Donald Trump's chart, this is the 8th house, which also indicates conspiracies, scandals, sudden events, transformations. Now the 8th Lord is present in the 2nd house. So there is a possibility that Donald Trump could be assassinated, or an attempt to assassinate him will be done through food poisoning, because the 8th Lord has gone in the 2nd house. Now a cluster of planets is present in the 8th house. And Rahu again indicates smoky things, indicates poison when it is in close conjunction with Saturn. So an attempt to assassinate Donald Trump through some kind of food poisoning or water poisoning is seen here. Whether it will materialize or not is a different question. Now, if you see the 8th house during this time, Venus, Rahu and Saturn are in very close proximity, almost between 0 and 4 degrees range. And during this time, some scandals related to women, some legal scandals can tarnish Donald Trump's reputation, bringing him some losses in this time period. See, Saturn is the 6th and 7th lord in his chart. It has gone in the 8th house. 6th house shows enemies, 8th house shows hidden things. So here he is going to get troubled by hidden enemies. Who can be these hidden enemies? The very people he partners with, because 6th and 7th lord is Saturn. So the very people he is partnering with, someone whom he believes to be his close associate, can actually be conspiring against him. So in matters of partnerships, Donald Trump has to be very careful in this time period. A woman can completely tarnish his reputation is what is seen in this time period. There is a threat of him being assassinated or an attempt made to assassinate him through some kind of water poisoning or food poisoning is also seen in this time period. Now his natal Mars aspects the 8th house of Pisces, and the natal Mars aspect on a cluster of planets can trigger assassination attempts. It can trigger scandals, and you can see the Sun, the ascendant lord, is also transiting the 8th house with a cluster of planets, and therefore this can give him health issues. Now what kind of health issues? I already told you, issues related to liver, issues related to thyroid, issues such as jaundice. These kind of problems, health issues, can trouble Donald Trump in this time. Sun also is his ascendant lord, and it deals with stomach problems, chest related issues. So he has to be very careful in this time period. Now why should he take care of his physical health? You can see that Sun is his ascendant lord, ruling the physical body, and it is coming in close conjunction with Saturn Rahu in the 8th house, and that itself can present him a lot of challenges related to health. Sun also deals with government. Sun deals with the king. Donald Trump is right now the to-be king of USA, and hidden conspiracies by his close associates can impact him. There will be an attempt to assassinate him through some kind of poisoning or violent attack. So all these things are very clearly seen both from his birth chart and the transit chart. And I would say the period from 29th March 2025 till August 2025 is when he should be very careful. So friends, there is a definite threat to Donald Trump. His 8th house is heavily activated, and he will face all these challenges which I mentioned. They will bring about major transformations in his life, in his career as a politician, and he may also get involved in many wars and disputes and legal issues and scandals. So friends, that's all from my end. If you like this video, do mark it as liked on YouTube. You can reach us through our email ID astrosevaworld@yahoo.com or through our website astroseva.tripod.com. So friends, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care and stay safe. We will see you soon with another video.